Today, we're gonna answer the question of questions. Bone-in pork chops or boneless pork chops? We're cooking these today on our Traeger grill. Let's head out and get the grill fired up and let's get started. We went ahead and topped it off with our Ace Reserve Blend pellets, and now let's go ahead and set today's cook temp for 450 degrees. We'll hit enter, we will hit ignite, and just like that, we are good to go. Let's start off by talking about pork chops. I've got two different chops in front of me. I've got that boneless loin chop, which is great, right? This is gonna cook faster. It's gonna have great flavor to it. You're gonna be able to season it, and you don't have to worry about the bone. This is good, this is quick. I call these kind of my convenience chops. Now, when I'm looking for that showstopper chop, I love a bone-in chop because I think it adds a lot more flavor. I get more of that pork fat carrying through the bone, a little bit of that marrow. I just get a more robust, rich, deep pork flavor. Now, cook time is going to increase by probably 25%, but I'll tell you what, the flavor is definitely worth it. This is going to be a great chop, good for sauteing, great for a lot of things, but I really, really like this chop from its flavor standpoint. Now, from a seasoning standpoint today, we're going to start off with a little bit of oil, and then we're going to do a little combination seasoning with a little bit of our tiki rub and a little bit of our rub-a-dub as well. That's going to add some flavor, and we're going to go light to make sure that pork shines. Then at the end, finishing off with one of my favorites, little raspberry chipotle from my friends at Blues Hog. That's gonna make a great chop. So let's dig in. We're gonna show you how we get these seasoned up, and then we've got the Traeger fired up outside and preheating today to that 450 degree cook temp. We're gonna rock these chops. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and oil the chops. Make sure we get both sides oiled up nicely. And I'm just using a light coating of canola and olive oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it with a little bit of rub-a-dub on here. On that side like that, just going light again. I want that, I love pork, right? I love that pork fat flavor. I want that pork to shine. So we're just gonna go light on here, do that, get that packed on there nice and good, get that flipped over. We'll repeat the process on the back side. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and season off the boneless chops, get those ready for the Traeger as well. But tell you what, nice and light, nice and easy, done. We're preheated to 450 degrees. Now, like we said in the kitchen, these thicker chops are gonna take a little bit longer to cook, so we're gonna go ahead and add these on first. Now, we're gonna let these go for about 6 minutes aside, but right at the 4-minute mark, we're gonna add the other chop. So we'll close it, let them go. Right at that 4-minute mark, let's go ahead and add these boneless chops now, and we'll let these guys go for just a little bit before we flip them. My guess is we're probably gonna let these go another 3 minutes. We are right at 7 minutes, and let's go ahead and give these guys a flip. Looking good, right? Starting to get a little bit of color on those guys. Go ahead and flip those as well. And we are looking good, good, good. All right, we're gonna close this now, let them go for about 4 minutes, and then we're gonna check in on these guys and see where they're at. Here we are right at 11 minutes. Let's do a little temperature checking to see where we're at. We're at about 115, and we'll check these guys, and we are at 117. So as you can see, by pacing it out and adding them a little bit later, or staging it, if you will, we're in a good place. Our desired doneness today, 145 degrees. So we're gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna come back and glaze them and let them finish off. Right at 15 minutes, we are 135 degrees. It is now time to give these guys a little glaze of some of that beautiful Blues Hog raspberry chipotle. So I'm gonna do a little squeeze on top of each, let it kind of do its thing. Give it a nice brush there with that Traeger brush. I'll get my hand out of the way so you can see that. But what I like to do just during the last couple minutes of cook time is give that a chance to glaze. That sauce will thicken up a little bit, and it won't burn either. So we'll go ahead and close this. Like I said, we're at 135. We're gonna let it finish up. Not bad. We've got beautiful, delicious pork chops, about 16 minutes on the Traeger grill. Now, if you're looking for another side dish that goes great, cooked at 450 degrees, potato wedges, that video coming up next.